Good morning, everyone. Started a little bit earlier, but then I noticed that my microphone and stuff wasn't plugged in, so I ended it. So sorry about the 6-minute video, but welcome. It shouldn't be there anymore, and there's a nice little lag. So, um, good morning. Man, I'm just not in any rush today. um, um, it was, it's pretty neat. For me, it felt pretty neat. Uh, you guys, my trudging together group. Um, sorry. So my mom had, I think she said 34 years. It was either 34 or 36 today. And I remember when she went to treatment. And I'm getting misty eyed because I remember sometimes like when my mom was having a hard day. And she used to have me go to some of her meetings with her and go to Alateen. And sometimes I bitch about that, but I'll let you guys know that I actually really appreciated the quality time with my mom because I didn't get it before. Um, there were days when I remember one day she was having a really hard time. Um, and she was running around the house like a chicken with their head cut off. So I went and literally picked her up. I put her in the car and I said, "Go to a meeting." You know, I don't want you to go back to the way that you were, even though there was a part of me that missed it. The alcoholic part of me. So it's just neat to see how everything has progressed between my mother and I in that time, and with the other children that might have problems. Um, no, I went to AA before my drinking career really started. so so my mom ruined my drinking career pretty quick. Thanks, Mom. So, but happy birthday, Mom. I love you. And congratulations. I'm very proud of you and everything that you've done. My mom's has been a big proponent in our recovery community for a long time. She just does it behind the scenes. She's not like me. She doesn't like the attention, whereas I do. So I'll take her attention for you. Let's get to it. Occasionally, we are seized with a rebellion so sickening that we simply won't pray. When these things happen, we should not think too ill of ourselves. We should simply resume prayer as soon as we can, doing what we know to be good for us. Now, the thing is then I see page 105, and I think step 11, when they are not, this is, to me, this is not step 11. I'm not saying they're wrong, okay? But if we are seized with a rebellion so sickening that we simply won't pray, I'm sorry, but it would have to be a lot for me. It would have to be an awful lot because this happened to me once before and I went back out and I almost killed myself. Okay. So, no, my answer is no. I don't care how upset. I don't care what emotions I have going on. I will put them aside and talk to God. All right. So, we should simply resume. Yes, simply. Okay. But you better get back to that immediately. And I heard somebody, and that's what's great about AA. Some of us hear suggestions, some of us hear demands. Okay. Just depending on how we take things, right? For me, the rules had to be laid down. And they had to be clear cut, or I would try and get around them. And that's what's great about AA is there's no wiggle room, man. There's no room for you to go off. If you're doing that, that's you doing that. That's not part of the program. And that's how we know that, right? But God is our safety net. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I can't do that. I I guess I'm saying I learned my lesson. Okay. Now, it does go with step 11 and the fact that there's prayer and meditation involved. But if you are working the program and you're through steps 10 and 11, the anger towards God, I mean, maybe frustration, but nothing so bad that I would cut him off. Please share your experiences on that, okay? Because I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job with my experience on that because I don't, So, you guys, please feel free to talk about it. In AA, we have found that the actual good results of prayer are beyond question. They are a matter of knowledge and experience. All those who have persisted have found strength not ordinarily their own. Kind of like when you hear that lady lifting a car off their baby, right? All of a sudden they have this strength that they just didn't know that they had. Same thing here, but in a spiritual manner. They are matters of knowledge and experience. All those who have persisted have found strength not ordinarily their own. They have found wisdom beyond their usual capability, and they have increasingly found peace of mind, which can stand firm in the face of difficult circumstances. That is step 11 to me. Okay? That no matter what comes along, my faith is unwavering. Not that I stopped praying. I guess it upsets me because now it put the idea in your head. So, I know. We discover that we do receive guidance for our lives to just about the extent that we stop making demands upon God to give it to us on order or on our terms. Almost any experienced AA will tell us how our affairs can take remarkable and unexpected turns for the better as he tried to improve its conscious contact with God. The only thing I ever ask for myself is to stay clean and sober. I don't need anything else. He provides it. I'm not saying I don't go through other issues like money issues. Okay. But I'm 50 and I've been broke all my life. So I guess I just don't feel that, guys. I've been homeless twice, and this isn't even close to homeless. So for me, not having anything in the bank account doesn't really affect me as much as it used to. That doesn't mean that I don't worry about money or not want to provide things like that. I still need to do what I need to do. In fact, I just went through that with my wife. I just didn't feel like I was providing. She's like, yeah, you're doing everything you need to do. I'm not upset with you. But, as a person and as the husband, I'm not saying I need to provide everything, but it would feel good, So I'm going and talking to Terry Smith over at Connects today and see if I can find a good fit and do some recovery coaching, right? And where did I get that answer from? God. How did I get it? I prayed. How did I get it back? I talked to one of my accountability buddies. So I'm big on that. My accountability buddies, and some people don't even know they're my accountability buddies. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with having, a bunch of them, but have your regulars, right? Have your regulars, 2, 3 of them that are your regulars. Yes, my wife is one of my accountability buddies, but she's my accountability buddy when it comes to things like the children and in that situation. Then I have somebody that is a professional that's also in the program that is accountability buddy, and they help me with things like my podcast and my group and things like that. And then I have my sponsor, which I talk to AA stuff about. See, if I start mixing any of these up, I would confuse the other person. Okay, so that's why I have different accountability buddies for the things that I do. Okay, that is my safety net. Okay, so that when I have that experience where I just want to talk to God, right, I have my accountability buddies go, nah, that's not the right answer. We discover that we do receive guidance for our lives to just about the extent that we stop making demands. Almost any experienced AA will tell you how his affairs have taken remarkable and unexpected turns for the better as he tried to improve his conscious contact with God. Gosh, I feel like I just read that because I just did. Good morning, Jill. Good to see you. He will also report that out of every season of grief or suffering, when the hand of God seemed heavy or even unjust, new lessons for living were learned. New resources of courage were uncovered, and that, finally, inescapably, the conviction came that God does move in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform. Let's take the coronavirus. Oh, we can't get to our meeting, and then boom, zoom, right? Did our community take a little bit of a turn? Yeah. Did we lose some people? Yeah. Are we still here? Oh yeah, we are still here. Yeah. Yeah, a pandemic is not going to shut down AA. We have been one of the biggest, I don't know what to call it, we have been one of the largest groups, longest running. I don't know. I don't know what place to put it in. So, but it is the longest running nonprofit for alcoholics, right? But it's been around for a long time. Okay, it has gone through wars, it's gone through famine, it's gone through disease, and it's still here. All this should be very encouraging news for those who recoil from prayer because they don't believe in it. Then you should not be reading step 11. Or because they feel themselves cut off from God's help and direction. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Step 3. Okay. There is nothing wrong with going back. Okay. Doesn't mean that you're going to lose your spot. It's kind of like reading a book. Okay, well, wait a minute. I thought I read something. Wasn't there something back here? So you mark your page, right? And then you go back. And you, oh, okay, that's right. And then you can come back to where you were, right? Program works the same way. You can go back and do that. You guys hear me say this all the time. Steps 1, 2, and 3 every day. Before I come on here, before I do anything, before I work with any of God's children, I have got to get my mind in the right place. Not that it's in the wrong place. Oh, I don't need to do this. I'm in the right place. Now you really need to do it because you're wrong. You're in the wrong place. Despite that coming out of your mouth. All of us, without exception, pass through times when we pray only for the greatest exertion of will. Occasionally we go even further than this. We are seized with a rebellion so sickening that we simply won't pray. When these things happen, we should not think too ill of ourselves. We should simply resume prayer as soon as we can, doing what we know to be good for us. Perhaps one of the greatest rewards of meditation and prayer is a sense of belonging that comes to us. We no longer live in a completely hostile world. I certainly do not. I'm going to let you know, I don't even know what's going on with the presidential election because I unfollowed every single person that was talking about it. I didn't care who you were. I don't want to hear about it no more. Right? That's why I don't live in a hostile world. Okay? And therefore, I don't let people with hostility hang around with me. We are no longer lost and frightened and purposeless. Wow. Okay? And when we're not, we don't get mad at God. That's just me, guys, and I feel it's quite apparent I feel pretty strongly about it. So the moment we catch even a glimpse of God's will, the moment we begin to see true justice and love as the real of eternal things in life, we are no longer deeply disturbed by all the seemingly evidence to the contrary that surrounds us in purely human affairs. We know that God lovingly watches over us. We know that when we turn to him, all will be well with us here and hereafter. That's actually the end of step 11 in that book. All right. Sometimes I scream, stomp my feet, and turn my back on my higher power because I'm on step 2. Doesn't say that. Okay, I'll let it go. Sometimes I scream, stomp my feet, and turn my back on my higher power. Yeah, of course, I used to do this. Um, when we don't get what we want, we act like children. Okay. I did. I used to. I don't do that anymore. Then my disease tells me that I'm a failure and that if I stay angry, I'll surely get drunk. Okay. Now we're talking about something entirely different. We're on the road with right here. We're on the road to relapse. Right here. Okay. So the first thing that happens, we step out of the sunlight of the spirit. You're just done. It doesn't really matter what steps are going to come next. You have two choices: either get back in the sunlight of the spirit or get mad. In those moments of self will, it's as if I slipped over a cliff. I'm hanging on one by one hand. The above passage is my safety net in that it urges me to try some new behavior, such as being kind and patient with myself. It assures me that my higher power will wait until I'm willing once again to risk letting go, to land in the net, and to pray. All right. So you may be feeling like you're hanging on, so it's saying let go, and the safety net will catch you. The safety net of God. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Have a great day. Thanks for being here. I'll be back for a daily reflection tomorrow. Be nice to yourself, guys. Just be nice. Be nice to yourself. All right. Peace out. Have a day. I love you. Happy birthday, Mom. I love